Now, all of this stuff, all of these mental models, sit in this bit in the middle. That's why I had to go through the mental models bit for you at the start. Because what you need to be able to do is understand them, challenge them when they work, and come up with better ones. And that's what we'll talk about towards the end. This requires me to go into a little bit of detail as to why people do what they do. Now, this is a massive, massive subject, and I definitely don't have all the answers. This is something that some of you might have come across before. It's often referred to as sort of the Freudian iceberg. Whether he came up with it or not, I don't know. The key thing with this, right, is this is a very blunt explanation of why people do what they do. So our results are driven by our behavior, okay? That's what you see. But our behavior is driven by our feelings and our thoughts, all of which are underneath the surface. So, for example, in order to be a world-class sports professional, you need to firstly be kind of good enough at the game. You need to be listening to the people around you in order to improve and go through these sort of feedback loops. But also you need to pay attention to your sleep, your diet, your exercise, how you approach things, your mindset. There are a hell of a lot of things. All of that stuff, or a lot of it, certainly the results are all above the surface. It's the stuff that's underneath that's driving it. And that all comes from what we'll collectively just call our experience, right? And how we think about it. Now, childhood, values, culture, sense of control, we'll just capture it all as sort of the environment in which we grew up in, okay? When I'm talking about growing up in, that never really sort of ends. So the army, for those of you above the age of 18, that is still an environment in which you are continuing to develop in.